suspecting felines. They implanted tiny microphones into their ear canals, placed small radio transmitters at the base of their skulls, and wove wires into their fur to keep the tech hidden. After these procedures, the cats looked like ordinary strays, but they were walking, meowing espionage machines. Now, this wasn't a cheap experiment. The whole operation cost taxpayers a staggering $20 million. But the CIA was convinced they'd cracked the code of the perfect spy. Then came the first field test. The target? 2 people chatting in a park near the Soviet embassy in Washington, D.C. The spy cat was released, ready to gather some top-secret intel. But what happened next was an absolute disaster. The cat barely made it 10 feet before, bam, a taxi came out of nowhere and hit it. Yep, the CIA's $20 million spy was gone in seconds. It's hard to imagine a more catastrophic failure. And while it might sound like a bad joke, this story really happened. What do you think? Was this an ambitious idea or just plain ridiculous? Share your thoughts.
Did a spy cat really live happily ever after? In 2013, former CIA Director Robert Wallace dropped a surprising twist about Operation Acoustic Whiskers. According to him, the infamous story of the cat meeting its end via taxi wasn't true. He claimed the feline survived, the equipment was removed, and the cat went on to live a long, happy life. Sounds sweet, right? But let's think this through. The CIA had poured $20 million and countless resources into this project. Would they really just scrap it and send the cat off into retirement? Skepticism aside, one thing is clear. By 1967, the CIA admitted Operation Acoustic Whiskers was a total failure. It turns out, expecting a cat to follow orders is like trying to herd, well, cats. And as for that beluga whale in Norway, could it be the tip of the iceberg? What other covert operations could still be swimming below the surface, undetected? The truth, as always, is stranger than we can imagine. But Acoustic Whiskers isn't the only bizarre experiment in the espionage playbook. Let's fast forward to World War II and cross the Atlantic, where British intelligence came up with an explosive idea. Literally, enter the rat bomb. Title: When Dead Rats Became Weapons. In 1941, British Special Operations Executive, or SOE, devised a cunning plan stuffing rat carcasses with plastic explosives. The idea was simple but brutal. Scatter these explosive rats near German coal storage and boiler rooms. Why? Workers typically disposed of dead rats by tossing them into furnaces. One unsuspecting toss could create a devastating explosion, especially in pressurized steam boilers. The SOE